Hey everybody, it's Lou. Today we continue our trilogy of conversations with the cities and the people that will be hosting our awards conferences this year. We're going to reverse order here and go to the last one, which is Columbus, Ohio, the 2015 Intelligent Community of the Year. We're going to be interviewing two people who have been instrumental in the growth not only of the intelligent community movement there, but also throughout the whole state as part of the Intelligent Ohio Initiative. In a memorable summit in Toronto in 2015, Columbus, Ohio, United States of America, was named Intelligent Community of the Year after several tries and continuous improvement. The next year, it chose to host the annual summit in Columbus and to celebrate and to create another really memorable event. If anybody remembers all those zebras running by during the awards program in the background, then you know how memorable it was, but there was much else. To celebrate the 10-year anniversary of that event, it's going to host a 2026 edition, and that'll take place in October 13th through the 15th. And again, if you've never been to Columbus, Ohio, or that region, Dublin, and several of other intelligent communities, you're in for a treat. It is one of the hidden gems of the United States. And of course, it is really the gold standard for the intelligent community movement and has been for over a decade. And among the reasons for that are the two guys I've got with me today, Moez Chaabouni, the chairman of our jury and the CEO of technology companies. He's a former CIO of the city of Columbus, deputy CIO during the year that they were named Intelligent Community of the Year. And Doug McCollough. Doug is among other things, the executive director of the ICF Institute. And he has also been the CIO of the city of Dublin, Ohio. And I think he was the year that they won the Intelligent Community of the Year, or the year of the summit. And these guys are two very accomplished people who have done so much in the field, but also in the work that we do to make the lives of people around the world better. That's kind of what moves them. So guys, welcome to the intelligent community.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Glad to be here.
Hopefully that introduction was close, right? I mean, there's so much more I could say about you too, but we've only got so much time. Actually, there's a lot I could say about you too, and we wouldn't want to say it on air, but they've traveled all over the world with us. We know all their stories, and they're a lot of fun in addition to everything else. Moez, you co-produced that event 10 years ago. I mean, this was your idea to bring it back home. This year's theme is Midwest Rising, a testbed for a changing nation. What has changed in Columbus? Because I think a lot of people who are going to be attending were at that event since that year. What's the overall vibe in Columbus as we move into 2026?
That's a great question, Lou. I can't believe it's been 10 years, number one. Number two, you're right. We did win, and I co-produced that summit with a dear friend, Aladdin Gohar, at the time, with IT Martini. And it was a memorable event. It was a decade ago. We're going to go back at it here in 2026. This time it feels personal, it feels powerful. What's changed in Columbus since then, really? Honestly, I think a lot, almost everything. And yet I can tell you that the soul of the city remains the same. And that's really important. I think if I were to reflect back 10 years ago, I think Columbus was a promise. Today, I think it's kind of a proof point, and I want to hit upon that a little bit. So back then, if you recall, I mean, we talked about the collaboration, the triple helix, the city, the university, the startups, the civic leaders, all these coming together and doing something wonderful. I think since then, Columbus turned that collaboration into really measurable momentum. You're going to find a city that matured both locally and nationally. It's a kind of a test bed. It's always been a test bed, really, for what's next.
Yeah.
Smart mobility, advanced manufacturing. You're going to hear a lot about advanced manufacturing, by the way, and we have some proof points there. Healthcare innovation, some really, really tremendous work that's been done in the healthcare space, and especially pediatric health, and that's something that we, hopefully will bring to light during the summit as well.
Yeah.
Fintech, logistics, clean energy. I mean, just nearly every industry, it's all playing out in real time. It's fantastic stuff. I cannot tell you how excited I am about the city and the accomplishments. The Midwest Rising theme fits because Columbus kind of embodies all that broader shift that's happening, across both the heartland and the world. So this is not coastal hype, Lou. We're not New York. We're not LA. We are a Midwestern city. It's about execution. We don't have we're not the tourist attraction, so we are about execution. The Midwest has always been, will continue to be a place where big ideas actually come true. It's not a dream. It's actually reality. We're
Yeah.
confident. We're grounded. We're forward looking. The vibe here, you can feel it. There is an ease, and I call it optimism without naivete. So Columbus 2026 is going to feel intentional. The growth isn't accidental. The city knows who it is and what it stands for. I think 10 years ago, we celebrated a win. This year, we're going to showcase a model.
Yeah. That's well said, Moez. And, interestingly enough, people know Columbus. Your secret's out. You say it's not a tourist city. I mean, you've got a great zoo, but there's a lot that people go there for now.
Right.
And to me, that's been one of the most satisfying aspects, to watch Columbus get the attention now that it didn't get. And again, you guys are in many ways responsible for that. And I have to add to everybody listening, these two guys could live and work anywhere they want. They're that talented, and they've got that much going on, but they choose to live in Columbus. Doug, you were the CIO of the city of Dublin, which of course borders it, and again is another place that people are now familiar with because of the work done there. All the Fortune 100 Fortune 1000 companies that have located there, I think on a per capita basis, more than any other place in the United States. Since then, you were the executive director of the Beta District. And in October 2024, as I mentioned, you took over leadership of the ICF Institute, which thrilled us to no end. Looking at Columbus from the IT angle, and then combining it with your passion for bringing technology to the human spirit, what have you experienced in the region that people attending who lean toward the technology side, the IT side, and the management of cities, what has changed most, and what do you think citizens or public sector officials who attend, economic development officials attend, should see in Columbus as it relates to the space that you own?
Well, thanks for that question, Lou. And it's interesting to think about what has changed the most, because in a lot of ways, we have not changed. Columbus and our little part of the Midwest has been a test area, a test bed for a lot of things.
Yeah.
You have Wendy's here and limited brands, and you have Chipotle, and you have, our tastes tend to be the ones that the rest of the world really is interested in. But I think one of the things that happened since Columbus won the number one designation is, for a lot of ICF communities, the thing that happens to them is they can begin to see. They've always been who they are, but they could not see who they were and how they compared to other communities around the world. And I think
Right.
a transformation happened in Columbus where we still have the all shucks humility, but we also have the bang the table, kind of doggone it, we're here and we're just as good. We're not looking for our skyline to look different or anything. We've got everything we need here to make amazing things happen. So, just sort of highlighting some of the changes that I've seen in the last 10 years, we attracted Intel here. We started a conversation about making chips in Ohio. That's kind of new. We attracted Joby, which does air taxis, and Anduril, which does drone technology. We're making batteries here. We're not afraid to open up completely new technologies surrounding smart mobility, all sorts of different industries. And you can see that kind of investment happening and growth. And so, we're in a big tech space that we can be in that maybe we didn't think we could before. We probably always
Right.
could. And I would highlight things like the Center for Software Innovation at The Ohio State University. There's a new impact laboratory at the Transportation Research Center. Um, I would also highlight the Manufacturing Extension Partnership at Columbus State Community College. These are things that I think other people from other communities around the world are interested in. It's not just an AI startup, although we have those here, but it's more around leveraging the same kind of manufacturing and building things and innovating around things that have been here, but we're starting new companies and new investment around those kinds of things. And we're building public-private partnerships in a different way. So, I want to
Yeah.
mention also that we plan on showing off some communities that may never have participated in the ICF method in the past. And I'm really excited about, one of the things I get out of traveling around for ICF is meeting other communities, other mayors, other city managers, other IT people and CIOs. And people are going to get a chance to see that out of Columbus. And it will not be the same experience that you may have had 10 years ago if you were here.
No, it'll be very different actually, and except as you say, for the vibe, the way people are, the culture, the spirit, the soul. It is that kind of a place, and it does execute. And we will, Doug. Thank you for mentioning that because we will see a lot of these places when we're there. Right, we have tours set up, and we'll hear from people who are involved with a lot of those things. So it'll be
That's right.
to me, it's going to be the ultimate learning experience this
I
time
think
around.
so. I mean, I think we all
Yeah.
travel a lot with ICF. And,
Yes, we do.
you know, uh, one of the things that's important to do is put something new on the table. And we can learn things from the other side of the world. And so I'm encouraging people to come from far, come from near as
Yeah,
well, but come from far, you know?
for sure. For sure. It is the test bed for a changing nation. And I just love the dynamism. America is changing so dramatically in so many different ways, especially in the areas that we love innovation at the local level. I think we're reinventing democracy, we're reinventing business, we're reinventing finance. And again, I think Columbus represents the stability of that effort. It's the state of Ohio, right? The state of invention and innovation, and it's beginning to percolate out. But you guys aren't shouting about it. You're just showing it, and I think it's going to be just a great example. Um, Moez, Doug mentioned the fact that he probably more than you and I right now travels all around the world for ICF. He's like the head of the ambassador corps right now,
He's
but
quite the trailblazer.
he really is. I mean, he's out there. But uh, what have and of course you're the chairman of the jury. Over the last 10 years, you've looked at many of our 200 intelligent communities from a unique perspective. Um, what is going on in your view? What is the overall trend in intelligent communities, and where does Columbus fit into that? And Doug, I'm going
So
to ask you the same question. So
Hmm.
yeah, so I think I kind of hit upon it, with Columbus in particular. Lou, when we did a lot of these seminars and a lot of these presentations and conversations around, what is an intelligent community at the heart of it, and we keep saying, technology is great, it's wonderful, it enables, but at the end of the day, it's that soul of the community that matters. And how is that either being elevated or being shut down is
hmm,
the distinguishing characteristic. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing, I want to call it the humanization of technology. It's applying technology, using it as a movement to raise people's lives and raise people's experiences, as opposed to just a flash. And I think that's happening throughout the world, and I think that
yeah,
is probably the greatest contribution the ICF has made to our society in general is distinguishing the merits of technology only when it comes in direct contact with the improvement of society.
Yeah, I think that's very well said, and we see that throughout. Doug, it's interesting, right? What Moez said, it's like the shock of technology in our age has awakened us to the fact that we're human beings, and we can't be pushed aside, or we can't become slaves and subjects to it. Has that been your observation as well, that intelligent communities have sort of picked up on this notion that technology is in service of the human? And if so, how?
It has, and I think it's a fascinating conversation we're having right now because, we're sitting here in the middle of a very scary time of transition. And just lifting up one little aspect of it, just the artificial intelligence and how that is changing workforces and and innovation is changing so many different things. It's completely shocking whole economies across the world fast and all at the same time. And global competitiveness has become this really big deal, for local communities, not just for, nation states, but for local communities. And I think, when we talk about being the test bed of the world, just for a changing world, that's a part of it. It's not just cool new tech innovations that we're releasing new products to the world. It's also changes coming to the world and societies and communities and school systems and workforce development and economic development and local government and governance and security and safety. All of these things have to, I won't even say evolve, they have to pivot very quickly. And that's a part of it. And I hope that we can have those conversations because the one thing we can all agree upon this year is that the world is changing extremely fast and nobody really knows how it's going to turn out on the other side. But with great change comes great opportunity, and intelligent communities, I think, are stepping forward to say, we don't know what 5 years from now is going to look like. So we're going to make these investments and we're going to talk to each other in this kind of way. And we're going to coordinate with other communities in this kind of way. I do want to mention also that, right here in the Columbus area, we have extraordinarily close proximity to a bunch of intelligent communities, including Dublin and Westerville and Hilliard and Hudson and Defiance. Those come to mind, all wrapped around, the city of Columbus. And I think that proximity of different communities all taking a whack at these changes and making big bets on their futures is very educational for all of us who are a part of this method.
Yeah. Again, that's very well said. It's interesting because the Buddhists say you need to lean into your fears, not run away from them. And this is a time when there's great panic and fear and uncertainty. And yet intelligent communities, because of the guidance, again, and the example of people like yourself, are leaning into it. They're leaning into the fear and saying, yeah, we're not 100% sure, but we're going to learn from each other. We're going to go to places like Columbus and learn what they do and take it home. And we know we can build something better and greater. And in many ways, that's the American vision, which is now percolating out through the world and being embraced in many ways even better, which I think is exciting. And that's why the world comes to Columbus in October. I'll never forget that event in Toronto when you guys were named number one. You had worked hard. This wasn't, your first rodeo. But I also remember that you guys brought a bus up. You came in a bus with the Mayor Coleman. And I think it was the Ohio State football team bus or something. I think it was. And it said Ohio State. And you made me get on the bus, me, a Notre Dame graduate. And you just kind of, what can I say? You humiliated me, but it was all worth it. And Doug, before we go out here, can you just step aside? What do you got? What are you sitting on there behind you?
Oh, you're killing me there. It's a Golden Dome. Go Irish.
Yeah,
go
we've got
big,
two Notre Dame grads
Irish.
Here, Moez. So go Irish.
Well played. Well played.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio, though, so please don't get me killed here.
That's right.
I'm a friendly Irish guy. you know?
That's right.
I tell you what,
There'll
when
be
I'm
two of
not
us there.
rooting for Ohio State, I am rooting for Notre Dame. So you guys
There you go.
are okay.
He's a politician, isn't he? But again, for you American football fans or fans of American football, you will also be able to see the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes last year's or the year before national championships, and one of the great sports teams in American history. So you guys are also legends, and I really appreciate you coming by today and talking to us. And we look forward to seeing you October 13th through 15th.
Thanks for having us, Lou.
All right.
Thank you, Lou.
Great to see you. Well, that concludes my conversation with Doug McCollough and Moez Chaabouni, talking about Columbus and the summit that will be held there in October 2026. I'd like to thank Doug again for showing that Notre Dame shirt in the land of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And just to let him know, there are two of us who will defend the honor of Notre Dame. But the Buckeye State and Columbus and the surrounding region definitely needs no defense. Once you get there, you will see that over the last 10 years, the intelligent community movement has spread to the entire state of Ohio, creating a host of new intelligent communities around the ICF Institute. So we hope that for the learning experience alone, you come. And Columbus is just one of the great states of the American Midwest, which has been reborn and revised. So we'll see you there, and we'll see you next time when we talk to the host of the Top 7 conference this year, Limburg region, the Brightlands Limburg region in the Netherlands. Take care, everybody.